Hi, you are tuned into the Raging Aggron channel, and I'm your host, Djingis, and I'm here with week 12 of our ABL season, and we are facing our it will be our first rematch of the season, and we are facing Sly and the Manchester Gliscors. Last time we faced, I think we lost 1-0 or 2-0 in week 1, and we lost because I didn't have enough responses to Tapelele, and because I misplayed hard with Sharpedo and Megalopony. So yeah, that's my fault for losing that game. It was an easily winnable game. It was very easily winnable. So that's that, I guess. Now we have it. Well, yes, on this team we have 3 months that we didn't. I think 3 months on this team was not brought the last time we faced him. Might be 4 because I don't think I brought God of War to that game. And as you can see, we have a debut guy here as well. We made a trade. We dropped Sharpedo for Metagross because Metagross is better defensively and gives me a better offensive typing as well. So this is a very important game, guys. If I win this game, and if I win it big, I have still a chance, mathematically a chance, not realistically. Mathematically, I have a chance to still reach the playoffs if I win, because there are 2 games left after this, and if I beat Sly, then Sly can go on the losing streak, because he did that earlier, if I remember correctly. He lost 1 game and then lost 1 directly after. So if he does that again, and then lose versus Pikachu in the last round, while I win my remaining 2 games, I can beat him on points. Well, not points, on differential. And that is very important. That's very important. So this is a very big game of our season. If we lose this game, we are completely out of the playoffs. If we win, we are causing an upset in the league, and we are putting extreme pressure on both Sly and Levity. And even on Trevor. So yeah, after this game we are going to face Sari in the next week, and we have what is his name? Cyan, that's a new coach that are taking over the he's not taking over Trevor's team, he's taking over Lord's team. I've forgotten the name of the California Ursarinx, I think it was. Cyan is a very good battler. That will be very hard for us to deal with. It's possible to defeat Cyan. He doesn't have the best team, even if he made some big changes. But at the same time, it's very hard for us to do so, because we really need to win, and we need to win 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. And we need to win 4-0 or bigger in this matchup to have a chance mathematically to reach the playoffs. And then we just have to hope that the rest of the results goes our way and we win our games. But before we go any further, this is Sly's team. Sly have the Tapelele, the Stalmans, the Darmanitan, the Bronzong, the Hitmontop, the Togetic, the Amoonguss, the Starmie, the Raikou, the Mandibuzz, the Nidoqueen, and the Smeargle. The team I predict him to bring is... first I was thinking him to bring the triple Psychic types with Tapelele, Bronzong, and Starmie. I don't think that would be the case. The problem is that he needs a Steel type, in my opinion. Because as I saw in my team, I don't bring Lopunny, so I can bring Bronzong, and it does need a Steel type versus the team I bring. When it comes to Water and Starmie, he needs Starmie, in my opinion, to win this game. But that depends on how the match turns out and what sets he brings. But Tapelele will come 100%. Salamence, I don't think will come. I'm not that scared of Salamence since I don't have Megalopony on my team now. Well, I don't bring Megalopony into this match, I still have Megalopony on the team. Darmanitan will come 100% because it's such a great wall breaker, it will come 100%. Bronzong could come, I think it should come because it's still defensive Steel type is pretty good versus the team I bring. Especially if he's Levitate, which he will be 100%. I just need to make sure in the battle. Hitmontop, I don't see him bring Hitmontop at all. Because his team isn't that weak to Stealth Rocks or Spikes, but he could bring it. I don't see him bringing Togetic. I don't see him Togetic at all. Not at all. He might bring it just for Wish support, but then he loses a whole slot on his team just for Wish support, and I don't think that would be the case. Amoonguss will come 100% in my opinion. If he doesn't bring Amoonguss, I will destroy his team, because that's how good Amoonguss is versus my team. Starmie, he might bring Starmie. I wouldn't be surprised if he brought it, but I would be surprised if he didn't bring it, but I'm not 100% sure he will bring it. Raikou, 100% to bring. So far we have the Tapu Lele, the Darmanitan, Amoonguss, and Raikou. Those 4 will come 100%. Lele, Darmanitan, Amoonguss, Raikou. Those will come 100%. Mandibuzz, 100%. Very, very good defensive Pokemon. Very, very hard to break down. If he doesn't bring Mandibuzz, his defensive core is so weak, so he has to bring it. Nidoqueen, I don't see him bring Nidoqueen at all. Since I have so many Steel types on my team, and I have Heal Bell, yeah, I don't see him bring it. Smeargle will come 100%, because if he stuff webs versus my team, Tapu Lele doesn't have to be starved, and so he can bring Specs instead. And I'm predicting him to bring Specs Tapu Lele, so that's what I have built my team around. So the team I think he'll bring is Tapu Lele, Darmanitan, Amoonguss, Raikou, Mandibuzz, and Smeargle. Those are the 6 months I think he will bring. 6 months I think he will bring. He might bring the Bronzong, the Hitmontop, the Starmie. A combination of those 3, or maybe one of them. But I don't know which months he would bring them over. So that's that, I guess. So let's go over my team really quick before we go into the battle. First out, we have Coldplay away with Vaporeon with leftovers, Water Absorb, Scald, Wish Protect, Toxic, 252 HP, 252 defense, Bold Nature 4 special defense. I should have traded for this so much earlier than I actually did. It has been so good for me, and I will try to pick this thing up as soon as possible in the next draft I have. That is singles. It's very, very good defensively. It has great synergy with the rest of my team. Wish support is extremely good for my team overall. Scald and Toxic for coverage. If I manage to Toxic Tapu Lele, I can stop a sweep, because Tapu Lele can't one-hit KO Vaporeon, so I can Toxic it one turn and then see what he locks himself into. And if he locks himself into anything that isn't Ghost or Fire, I can go into Metagross or my Ferrothorn, and just gain all the health back and then pressure him directly with a move. So the Coldplay is here just to make sure to tank hits and to be sure to stall out Tapu Lele. I really hope that will work though. Next up we have Dying Fetus, our Reuniclus with Assault Vest, Regenerator, Shadow Ball, Thunder, Knockoff, Psyshock, 248 HP, 200 defense, and 60 special defense with Sassy Nature. This thing is here to prevent him from setting up Trick Room if he brings a Trick Room team. He has the potential to bring a Trick Room team. I don't think he will do it though, but he can. So that's why I have Reuniclus here, because this thing destroys his team in the Trick Room. Shadow Ball is there for anything that has Psychic. Thunder is there for the what is called for the Mandibuzz. Knockoff is there to get rid of items, and Psyshock is there because it deals good amount of damage to everything. With this set, Tapu Lele can't 2-hit KO me with anything, even if he's Specs. I think Shadow Ball does like 35% maximum if he's Specs, and that says a lot about this guy's bulk. And I can just get the Knockoff off or Shadow Ball off, and I just threaten it out with it, get the Knockoff off, and then switch out accordingly. Very, very good one to bring in my opinion. Next up we have Metallica, our newly acquired Metagross with the Assault Vest, Clear Body, Earthquake, Medium S, and Headbutt Ice Punch, 252 HP, 252 attack, Adamant Nature with 4 special defense. This thing can survive any hit. It will take less than 50% from any hit that the Tapu Lele can do. And if it goes for Hidden Power Fire, I can take that pretty well. It does 50% around that. Everything else does around 20% to this thing. And Meteor Mash, one it KOs it, and I can get the attack boost, and if I get the attack boost, I destroy the rest of his team with Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. Ice Punch is just there for the off chance that he brings either... Well, I have to make a prediction between him bringing in Salamence or not, because Earthquake doesn't affect it, Zen Headbutt does a ton, and same with Meteor Mash. And the same tactic goes for if I want to make a safe play for him to, if he wants to bring in his what is called the Nidoqueen. Zen Headbutt can miss, so that's the bummer there. But this is this is my primary response to a lot of his team actually, and because I can deal damage to so much of it. I just have to hope that I don't get burned or paralyzed or anything like that, because that will hinder this thing so much. For me, these 3 months that we just gone through are the win cons. Then we have something that will put a lot of pressure versus his team. Next up we have this thing, of course. AC, of course, no, not of course, but this is a very different set from what I have brought earlier. ACDC, I will get Vengeful Choice Specs, Compound Ice, Thunder, Volt Switch, Bug Wise, Hidden Power Ice, 252 Special Attack, 4 Special Defense, and 252 Speed, Timid Nature. The reason for specs is then I guaranteed 1-hit KO Mandibuzz off the Stealth Rocks. If I remember the calc correctly, if he's physically defensive, which I think he will be to take care of Lopunny. If he's specially defensive or a mix set, it's a 2-hit KO of the Stealth Rocks. But it is what it is. Volt Switch there to get priority and deal tremendous amount of damage to his team. Bug Buzz to hit his Psychic types, in Power Ice in case he brings the Dragon. Very good Pokemon to have on this team. Gives me a lot of momentum with Volt Switch, and makes it easy for me to bring in Vaporeon and Metagross to this versus him. Then we have Galadriel, our Gardevoir, with leftovers, Trace, Cold Mine, Thunderbolt, Size Shock, and Moonblast, 252 HP, 4 attack. I have no clue why I have 4 in attack and down defense, but okay. And the 252 special attack with Mild Nature. I think I messed up there. I think it should be 4 in defense and minus attack nature. It doesn't really matter though, because this thing is just to be in the back, and when Lele goes down and I have an opportunity, I will send this thing out, click Call Mind, and he can't do anything at all. He can't really do anything because Thunderbolt, Psyshock, and Moonblast destroys everything on his team, and after Call Mind he can't do anything, and I am bulky, I can take 1 or 2 hits pretty easy, and they are steel types, and that's why that's why he has to bring his as you can see, all of these mons, if he doesn't bring his Bronzong and gets up his screens, I am in such big problem. Well, he will be in so much problem that it's pretty. Yeah, he has to bring Bronzong. He just has to. Now that I think about it, especially with this team that I'm bringing, but I'm fine with if he brings it. I have options to take care of it. Last we have Slipknot, our Fairthorn, with leftovers, Iron Barbs, Leech Seed, Stealth Rock, Jarbol Knockoff, 252 HP, 8 defense with Relaxed Nature, and 248 defense. This thing is mixed, as you can see. It has the exact same defense and special defense stat with max HP. I can take anything but an HP Fire from Specs Tapu Lele, and I can threaten him out with Jarbol Knockoff. I can get up to Stealth Rocks, and I can Leech Seed. That will help me tremendously versus his team. Just put the pressure on him all the time. So my win con in this match is get up to Stealth Rocks, get in Galvantula as often as possible to Volt Switch out, and then switch in Vaporeon and Metagross as fast as possible to take care of the threats he has in. But with that, let's go into the battle. So welcome back, and as you can see, Sly did a very interesting team here. He brought the Smeargle, the Lopunny, not the Lopunny, the Smeargle, the Tapu Lele, the Darmanitan, the Mandibuzz, the Togetic, and the Bronzong. Smeargle, I predict, just looking at his team composition, it will be a lead Focus Sash setter, and I predict moves like Spore, Webs, maybe He has spore webs, fake out maybe, and then a fourth move that can be actually anything more or less. It's very interesting. That's something like that I would predict looking at his team. I also predict well, he has to be spexed up a little because he has the webs. He's spexed up a little. He's banded Darmanitan. It might be Rocky Helmet, Mandibus. Togetic will be Eviolite, of course, just wish support, and then he most likely is Light Clay on the Bronzong. That's just looking at his team right before not playing the game. I had all of that written down on a note inside. Sadly, I don't know where that note is now, actually, when I'm recording this, but it is what it is. It's a very interesting team he brought. I did not see the Togetic come at all. He has a very electric weak team right now, but he also have a lot of ground resistance and ground immunities, so Earthquake isn't that useful versus his team, but at the same time I know that Darmanitan is a very big threat to any DQ, and if I can predict the right thing here, he's in a lot of trouble. So as I said, I'm predicting the Sash lead with webs on the Smeargle, and I lead with Galvantula. As you can see here, he leads with his Smeargle, I lead with my Galvantula, and I go for the Volt Switches, the Sash, and I go out into Metagross here, goes for the Stick Web, and it goes for Beak Blast. Now, this is very fun, because if you don't know what Beak Blast does, it's a 2-turn move, but it's a signature move of Toucannon, and the first turn it heats up its beak, and if you make physical contact with it, it burns you. And then they attack the next turn. It's a very good move to have, actually. I was very surprised when I see that. It was really good tech on Slice Spark, very good prep. And I went for the Meteor Match because I wanted to get a possible attack raise. I didn't get it and I got burned instead. So yeah, that was not the best of turns. I got rid of his web set, he can't spore me, anything like that now. That's really good. And as you might know, Beak Blast has now the same amount of burns as my Scalds. Hallelujah. So he goes out into his Darmanitan, of course. I have just one switch in here, and that is Vaporeon. He goes for the U-turn, I'm fine with that. He goes into Tapu Lele, and the funny thing is, you see his nickname Switchin? Well, I have a lot of Switchins here with Vaporeon, Reuniclus, and Metagross, and even if it doesn't have HP Fire, I also have Ferrothorn. But I think I am at 82% of health, 81, 82% of health, and unless he gets a crit, he can't kill me. And I know that he doesn't, so I just go for Toxic on this turn. I am at 88%, yeah. He goes for the Shadow Ball. It doesn't do anything to me, I went for the Toxic. I'm fine with that. Now it's Toxic, and I just he goes for another Shadow Ball, I go for Wish. And then now I just click Protect, making the damage, the Toxic damage rack up on him, putting him down a less and less amount of health. He's down at 64% health, he needs to switch out, and so he does. He goes out into Nobel, I'm fine with that, I go for the Wish. Lag out into Slipknot. He gets up his Stealth Rocks. He switches out here into this thing, I get up my Stealth Rocks. Into the Darmanitan, I go out into Vaporeon again. And I tank whatever he wants to go for. He goes for the Super Power, that does 30% to me. Now he has to switch out because I threatened him out with the Scald. I just go for the Wish here, and he has this thing in here. I just go directly out into AC/DC. And he goes for Protect, that fails. I will get max health, he still doesn't know what set I am. And I go for the Volt Switch, and I get the crit. Now... okay, now that crit was very good for me, because if I went for the Thunder, I would 100% kill him. I did not think that he would stay in at all, so I went for the Volt Switch, and I got the crit, and that killed him. Thunder might have killed him, because that looks like it must have been physically defensive for Megalopony. So that crit did actually matter a lot. since I went for Volt Switch instead. And I'm very happy that I did, because now I can just go directly out into Dying Feet as the Reunitas here and just take any hit he goes for. He goes out into this thing, goes for the Wish. I go for the knockoff, getting rid of his Eviolite, making it much easier to deal with. He goes for the Toxic, I don't really care about that. And I go for the Thunder. It's not quite a 2-kill, but he has to switch out, more or less. So I go out into Galvantula to get the... what's it called? To get the free Volt Switch off, because I scare him out so much with Galvantula. And sure, he goes out into Darmanitan, and I go for Volt Switch. And it is at 10% now, which is very good. But of course it will get the Wish back. And I have Coldplay here, so I don't really care what he does. Just go for the U-turn, I go for Wish. And he goes out into Tapu Lele. I go for the Wish here, and I just click Protect this turn. And he can't really do anything to me. He goes for the Side Shock, that won't do too much to me. So yeah, I'm at 100% and he's at 34%. I go out into Metallica now that I know what he has for set. That he goes for Side Shock, he's set in that he can't do anything. And he will die this turn no matter what. And he goes for the Side Shock, I'm fine with that. I'm just going for the EQ there, just to be sure to hit it. He goes out into this thing, and he goes for the U-turn, I'm staying in. And I go for Earthquake again here, just to make sure that... because I was 100% sure that he would go out into this thing here, because he has to set up the screens to be able to win this game with Darmanitan. The problem is that I wasn't sure what it would be, so I went for the EQ just to make sure that it was Levitate, and it was. So I went for the Send Headbutt, not doing anything, and I flinch him. I go for the Send Headbutt again, and I flinch him. And I go for the Send Headbutt again, and I don't flinch him, get up his Reflect. Now, I know that some people in the feed on the right, you know, when you have you know the turn feed you have on the right of the battle. There was some that said I should preserve for the 6-0. Maybe I should have, but I didn't see any need to do anything unnecessary. I would rather get the damage off on this thing and stop it from setting up reflects and screens, and I actually managed to do that pretty well. Now I have Dying Fetus out here that can knock off that thing out, and also knock off the Darmanitan if it decides to bring that thing in. And sure, I am at 5-0. I mean, not 5-0. I mean, I am at 5-3 instead of 6-3, but I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. Metagross did what it has to do. It doesn't serve any purpose anymore because I can deal with the rest of his team pretty easy. And he switches out because of the knockoff, and I go for the knockoff just to be sure if he brings out the Darmanitan. Goes for the Wish, and I go for Thunder. He lives on 1%, so I got a bit less roll than the last time. I'm fine with that though. Goes for Protect. Go for Thunder again. I don't really care if Dying Fetus goes down at all. But I decided it's better to preserve it. I need to preserve some form of differential at least. So I went for Wish here, and he has to switch out, and he goes out into Darmanitan, and I go for Leech Seed. Sure, he gets all of that back, but now he's seeded, and he has to go for Flare Blitz. And he will lose so much health each turn now, because he's banded into that. I'm pretty sure he was banded at least, he might be scuffed. But yeah, I don't really care about that. I went for Skull there, that was a misplay. I should have gone for Wish, but it doesn't really matter. He goes for the Wish here. I went for Toxic, so that thing is on a timer. I switch out into the Ferrothorn here, because Ferrothorn can take care of the rest of his team, no problem. He goes for Toxic. I was pretty sure that would happen though. But yeah, he has to switch out here into Bronzong. I think I go for the knockoff. I went for the Gyro Ball directly. This is what it is. Goes for Gyro Ball back, and he gets surged by Iron Barb, so I went for the knockoff, getting rid of his Colbert Berry, which was very interesting. But yeah, he went for the Sun Headbutt there, doing nothing. He got hurt by anything, and he's lead seeded now. And at this point, I just stole him out with Slipknot, no problem. And I can't believe this. I just can't believe this. That we are 5-0ing Sly. We are actually 5-0ing Sly, and we have a chance to go to playoffs. It's great. It's so fucking great. This was not the result that I expected at all. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. It's just like I just want to run around and scream. I just want to run around and scream. This is mental, in my opinion. That I managed to beat Sly 5-0. How? I have no words. Yeah. we have a chance to playoff, guys. I did not think that. I did not think of that at all. Problem is that I should have won one of the last 2 games. If I had done that, we would have set so much pressure on Sly, because he would actually have to win both of his games to go through. Now we just have to need to win one, and he has Pikachu. That sucks, so we might not be able to reach playoffs, but hey, I'm fine with that. It is what it is. Then we have, before we end this video, we have our battle against Pikachu in the next, you know, the game from week 6 that never got played. And I have no clue what happened with that, because we scheduled to play yesterday, and between 1 and 2 PM his time, and he turned up around 4 PM his time, and that was way too late for me to battle, because that was like 10-11 my time, and there's no way that I can play a good game and enjoy playing a game when I'm that tired. So that battle didn't happen yesterday, and I don't know what will happen. If I get the 3-0 win, I might be out. If I get the forfeit loss, I'm out of playoffs. If I get the forfeit win, I might be out of playoffs because I just get the 3-0. That depends on how much I win the rest of the games with. That I really need to win those games. I really do. I need to play smarter than I did here. Well, not in this match, but I need to play. If I play this good in the remainder of my games, I should have a chance at playoffs. If I play this the whole season, I would be in the playoffs already. This is how good I can play, and it feels great to actually play at this level again, because I have not played this good since the game against Jafflars at week 5 or 6 in the PSL. That's a long time ago. So yeah, I will see you next time, guys.